The Bulls have now won 3 straight. They've won 7 of their last 9. They're now only a half game back of the Atlanta Hawks for the 8th seeded team that has a tougher schedule than the Bulls to close out the season. So yes, there is a world, ladies and gentlemen, where the Bulls finish with the 8th seed and only need to win 1 game to make it into the playoffs via the play-in. You know, what I'll say about this game, because there isn't that much to really take away from this one. I mean, the Bulls played one of the worst teams in the NBA that has only won 19 games all season. They're without their best player in LaMelo Ball, no Brandon Miller as well. Like, this is a game that you 100% expect the Bulls to win. So there aren't any groundbreaking takeaways or revelations about this game. But as I was watching it, the Bulls finishing this game out and closing it out with a commanding lead, what's been such a pleasant surprise from the way this team is finishing off this season versus what we saw earlier in the year, especially the last couple of seasons, is that this current team, you can confidently expect that they're gonna win a game like this. Like, even when the Hornets started this one off, they were up by 10 to quickly start the game and the Bulls looked a little sloppy on offense, you still knew the Bulls would figure this one out and win it. You could say the same thing about their last game against the Blazers, even though the Bulls did not play well in that game and they were very sloppy in taking care of the ball and finishing at the basket, but there wasn't much doubt, in my mind at least, that the Bulls were going to win. I could not say that earlier in the season or last year because the Bulls were so up and down, inconsistent, and constantly playing down to the competition. They would come in and play some of the worst teams in the league and take an L. I mean, the Pistons, they won 14 games last season, and 2 of them were against the Bulls. Earlier in this year, the Bulls lost to the Wizards, even to the Charlotte Hornets as well. Bad losses that should have been wins. But now, I am confident with this team in finishing off bad teams. And even though the Bulls had a so-so third quarter and a poor start to the game, the Bulls offense was on point in this one when they took much better care of the ball than we saw against Portland. They were incredibly efficient on the floor, particularly from the three-point line where they shot 16 for 36 from deep. They consistently got to the foul line and attacking inside. And then Coby White, once again, continues to show why this hot streak that he is on is more than just a hot streak and how he has fundamentally changed his game to take it to the next level in being a threat at all 3 levels in scoring. And how Coby White has fully embraced being the Bulls' #1 scoring option and exceeded all of our expectations in taking on that role when so many had doubts for him being that guy after Zach got traded and whether he would be exposed when he became opposing teams' #1 focus on defense. Coby put up 37 points in this game on just 16 shots. He was an insane 12 for 16 from the field, 6 for 8 from 3, which, by the way, he set the new franchise record for most threes in a season by any player, passing his own record that he set last season. And Coby was a perfect 7 for 7 from the free throw line to put him back above 90% from the line on the season. 37 points, 5 assists, 2 steals, and a plus 14 when he was on the court. An amazing showing for him back in his home state. Speaking of returning to his home state, Patrick Williams actually had a good game. Was I really seeing a good performance from Pat this season? 15 points in 27 minutes, was efficient from the floor on both ends. 6 for 8 from the field, 3 rebounds, 2 steals. Feel like Pat's homecomings when he's played in Charlotte haven't been that great to start his career, but he showed up well for family and friends in this one. And then Vucevic, I thought he would struggle in this game going up against Mark Williams, who has played well as of late. And while he didn't do a good job on him defensively, Vuce was still very active and effective on offense. 16 points, 11 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 steals, and a team high plus 25 when he was on the court. Actually, both him and Pat finished with a plus 25 in this game. Look, shout out to Vucevic because I feel like most people, most players in this situation, being the lone veteran on the team who knows he's not part of this team's future, would check out, not be as engaged. But he's really embraced this role of being this veteran mentor for the young guys and has kept up his usual play and has contributed to winning basketball. Josh Giddey continues his elite play, a much better shooting night in this game than we saw against Portland. Was 7 for 13, 2 for 6 from 3, got to the line and went 7 for 8, 23 points, 10 rebounds, and 8 assists. Another 5 turnovers, still seeing a lot of those turnovers tick up to start the game for Josh Giddey. Not really sure what's up with that and why it's always happening at the beginning of the game. It's like it takes him a little bit to get used to the feel of everything, but yet again, another triple-double for Josh Giddey, and he was a plus 14 in this one. Kevin Huerter was much better in this game as well from a shooting standpoint. 13 points, 5 for 8, 3 for 5 from 3, and then Modest Buzelis, he really struggled in the beginning of this game, and Billy was getting in his ear for taking some ill-advised shots, missed assignments on D, but he did close out the game a bit better. Another double-digit scoring effort, 10 points, 4 rebounds, another 50% shooting game for Modest, going 4 for 8 and 2 for 3 from deep. I mean, as I've said before, I will gladly take these type of learning moments and rookie mistakes than have him sitting on the bench, especially now as we're winding down the season and heading into the play-in. Anyway, I know this is a shorter video, but this was a game you expect the Bulls to take care of business and win against a taking team that isn't playing their best players. Like I mentioned, the Bulls are now only a half game back of the Atlanta Hawks. The Hawks actually play later today against the Utah Jazz, so they're probably going to get a win there, but they've got some tough games ahead of them from that point on. Something to keep an eye on to see how these 4 play-in teams jockey for position, as they are all neck and neck right now in the standings. Anyway, hope you all enjoy the rest of your Sunday. You let me know what you guys thought of the game. Let me know in the comments. As always, be sure to subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.